All in.
Okay, welcome to another episode of the All In vlog. We are here in Toronto with Gordon Ross. Thank you for staying with me. And
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for doing the interview. And we have to do it in English because you are not that good in German.
I don't know any of it, man. Actually, that's a lie.
Schnitzel.
Danke.
Danke, that's
Right?
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only word you know. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But when I was in Switzerland, I guess everyone there speaks either German or French.
Yeah.
So when you hold the door open, they go, merci, danke. And I thought that was just one word. Not like thank you in both languages.
Yes.
So I looked like a dumbass for a while, but it worked out.
It's funny. It's
Yeah.
a funny story.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, to my buddy, I was like, what the fuck is merci, danke? He's like, no, it's that. And I was like, wow, in Canada we speak French, but I still don't know what the hell's going on. So, yeah.
Okay, let's start with the introduction. And
Okay.
in the beginning of the new episode of vlog, we start with introduce you.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell us or the audience how do you get your DJ name Gordon Ross, or is it also your real name? Or is
So no, my first DJ name was the worst ever.
Wow.
I was called Freak House.
Freak House, okay.
But it was FREQ, like frequencies.
Yes.
I don't know why.
You just-
Yeah. So
You thought about it yourself, or a friend gave you the name?
No, I sadly have to take credit for making that one. That was all me. But eventually, I like my one mentor, DJ-Szene V.
Yeah.
He was doing a lot for me. We're doing a lot of work together, and he was just like, "Yo, you need a better name. Like that's hard.
This is not a good name. You have to
It's just
get it
it's
in.
hard to sell.
Okay.
It doesn't work for the corporate look, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out a name, and Gordon Ross is actually my middle name.
Okay.
So it was just kind of the easiest.
Yeah.
And I took it at first, like not really loving it, and then just kind of grew into it. And
But it's
works.
easy to speak. So Gordon
Yeah,
Ross, so
exactly.
it's
The
good.
logo looks all right, so it works out.
But you don't use like the DJ before your DJ name. So DJ Gordon Ross, you just say Gordon Ross, or?
Yeah, most of the time it's Gordon Ross, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like people write DJ on the flyers.
Yeah.
I don't stop them. Whatever.
If
But yeah.
there's a party flyer and
Yeah,
the name
it
on
says
it, it's
DJ,
a
it's
DJ.
like whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just Gordon Ross.
Yeah.
And then I throw rosé on the end of it, just like Rick Ross, because
Okay.
you gotta bite somebody, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a story to your
So, yeah.
DJ name.
So yeah, I guess Gordon Ross. I got changed to that about
Yeah.
maybe 5 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that. I guess,
Okay.
yeah.
And when did you start DJing?
Actually,
Eight
it's
years, or
probably
what did you-
just over 8 years. It probably was 8 years in September, so like 2 months ago.
Okay. Why did you start? Or how did you get to the music, or the music come to you?
So it's really weird. In 2009, I moved out to Vancouver, British Columbia, in Canada.
Okay.
I was supposed to go for a vacation,
Yeah.
like a 2-week vacation, to visit my cousin, but just ended up staying for like a little over a year. And while I was there, I had a couple jobs, but I ended up being a bartender and bar back at a nightclub.
Okay, so
There.
you get a little bit in touch.
Yeah, and it ended up somehow being that like all the friends that like I made with there, a couple of them were DJs.
Okay.
There's like a DJ Joe Pound, who's still out there, does a lot of work in Whistler. He's pretty cool. It just like hanging out with them and seeing what they're doing and stuff like that took like a little bit of an interest into it.
Yeah.
And then just before I moved back, I ended up being able to buy 2 turntables, 2 Technique 1200s from some lady DJ out there.
Yeah.
I forget. I don't know. I just found her on like Kijiji or something like that. I got a wicked deal. I got both of them for like $800.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's a
So
good price.
yeah. So I knew it then. Like it's like even if I don't get into DJing, like I could
You
flip
can
these
sell
and make
or-
money or whatever.
yeah.
So I took them home with me back here, and I had them, and I kind of just like messed around, like for fun at like buddies' houses and like parties and
Yeah.
like nothing like crazy.
How did you get the skills? So did you watch like tutorials, or did you just tried something out? Or
A little bit of it was like just like watching them at the club and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, and then just like messing around at home. I didn't really ever watch tutorials or YouTube or anything like that.
Yeah.
I kind of just tried to figure it out, and I'll be honest, like when it came to like musicality and actually knowing like timing and stuff like that, I was horrible. I had no idea.
In the beginning,
Yeah,
it's normal.
it's just the worst, and like
It's
staying in
experience.
key and all
Yeah.
that, like just no,
Yeah.
none of that. I wasn't aware of any of that. So I did that, and then I brought my stuff with me to college in my first year, and I lived in res. and ends up being one of like my best friends, Rory Rock. This guy Rory, he ended up being like a promoter at one of the clubs in town for like college nights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he came one time and he's like, hey, like I know you got the stuff. If you want to open, like we can get a free bottle and like we can just party. He's like, you gotta play for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then like the rest of the night we just drink the bottle. I was like, yeah, I'm broke.
yeah.
Like, yeah, this is what I want to fucking do. Like,
it,
you know
man.
what I mean? I had no idea what I was doing, nothing like that. So I went and I opened. I think the first time I ever opened would have been for DJ Marvel.
Oh, I know him.
Not the Canadian one.
Okay, sorry.
The American one.
Okay.
He's in Texas now. I think he was Florida before that. He's wicked though. Like seriously, amazing DJ. Really smooth, really like good selection. So I think he was the first one I opened for. And then I think like a couple weeks later, I opened for a guy named DJ Nugget.
Okay.
Who's out of Pittsburgh, who is like phenomenal. Like that guy is crazy. And those ones went pretty well. Both nights went pretty well. So I got to open up for a local guy named DJ Etro, who was partners with Henny V at the time. And I played like a longer set. I played till like 1 o'clock. And I guess Etro said like, you know, he did good or was happy or whatever. So Henny V ended up messaging me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, like I want to talk. Do you mind, like, can I take you to dinner or whatever? So we met. And he was like, this is the deal. Like, I want to have you come and like just kind of open for me at all my stuff. Or like if I have guests come in, I want you to open for them.
This is how you get into the club scene. Huh?
Yeah. And so basically I just started opening for like Henny. And then like he had a couple other guys, a guy named DJ-R. He's a little bit from LA and Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. That guy is insane too. Actually, he, I believe, came second. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the year that Four Color Zach won the Red Bull 3 style.
Okay.
He came second to him in the Nationals. He's, again, like, if you watch his Instagram stuff,
technically,
his scratching and his, like, combo stuff is, it's stupid. So, like, yeah, just through Henny, I got to open and see some of these, like, wicked DJs in the beginning. Which definitely I think helps.
Yeah, so you got
me
nice
want to, like, you know, yeah,
to grow for yourself.
And so and then like between Henny, and then just doing like some local stuff in Barrie when I was in college there, just kind of started to grow, and then it kind of became something.
Nice.
It wasn't ever really on purpose. It was just kind of like, okay, let's do it for this, and then okay, cool, like I'll open for you for.
And then you connected there.
Next to no money, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting a little bit more money, and then I was a little bit busier, and then life just kind of happens.
Yeah. Can you give us? Sorry that I interrupt or we
no,
make
no,
it
go
cut
ahead,
because we don't want it to make it that long. Can you introduce for the German DJ scene?
Okay.
Like, how is partying in Toronto or in Canada? Because in Germany, I mean, yesterday we DJed together. And we stopped at 2.
So
or
like
2:30.
So the alcohol's done at 2, and then music's done by 2:30.
So maybe you can give like a short introduction how you start the evening and when, and how the nightlife is in Toronto.
Yeah, so
in Canada.
Most places usually start around 10:30.
Yeah.
They're open doors, but like at that point, no one's really coming. There's a couple of people.
In Germany, it's the same.
Yeah. And then usually, depending on like where you are, the more out of Toronto, the kind of earlier, you'll get more like 11:30, 12 people start to show up.
Yeah.
In Toronto, 12:30, 1, people start to show up, and then like you have your prime time is basically like 12:30, 1 to 2.
Yeah. So you have for the German DJs outside there, so you have like 1 or 1.5 hour like peak time.
Yeah, basically, like there's some parties in Toronto where like you're going pretty hard until like 2:45.
Okay.
So like those ones there, you have a bit more. You have kind of like 2 hours of peak time. But yeah, for most, unless it's like a special event like Halloween or New Year's or something like that, you really don't. You got 2 hours to like pack in all the hits. It's different. Yeah, it's definitely it's I don't want to say
shorter.
It's much shorter, but it's like you have to bring everything to the table in that short time.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to hear like. I find like when I have longer sets and it's more fun and like you spread it out, you can kind of sprinkle in a little bit more of like this and that and put in like more personal select tracks and like your personal touch into it. Where like when you have that 2 hours of peak, you
make
make
it to bring the
like you make
hits.
it your own. You make it your own in your own way and like that. But like you're playing a lot of the same stuff that like everyone else is because like that's what everyone's coming to hear.
Yeah.
Right. Especially with the way that like music is so accessible to everybody. It's just kind of like unless you're playing like a niche show or something like. off the beaten path. It's kind of like, you have to play X, 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 and X, and then you can put in like your own like older ones or like these ones here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And in Toronto, it's all, I mean, we're getting better now. When I started, it was like all over the board. Now we get away with like a bit of reggaeton. You can put Afrobeat, you can put, dancehall, stuff like that.
So you get a little bit more open format.
A little bit more
in the urban music
Yeah,
scene.
but for a while there in Toronto, it was like hip hop and trap. Like
Yeah.
that was.
That was my next question.
Yeah. Okay.
You already
I'm jumping
answered.
ahead. My
Well,
bad.
yeah, no problem. What's the biggest music style? I think we don't have to talk about it because you have like the biggest urban artists here.
Yeah, well, we
Like
got Drake.
We got Drake here in Toronto.
We got Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
There's Weeknd. There's the million smaller one. No, I shouldn't say smaller, but like.
Not that big then.
Yeah,
Drake.
not on that global of a scale.
Yeah.
There's guys in both of their camps that are doing their thing. There's random like independent ones that have like, especially in Toronto, like there's guys that'll have like 1 or 2 songs that are just massive because of where they're from and like who they are that work. But like then again, you have to be careful. You can't play that if that group's there or like
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a bunch of that, but like there's tons of Toronto artists that are just doing their thing.
So urban scene is bigger
Yeah.
here than the house scene, or
Yeah, but like we still have like big house acts that come out of Toronto.
but it's more underground, huh?
No, like that Loud Luxury, they had that song Body. I don't know, like
I know.
EDM,
Yeah.
so like that's Toronto. They're from Toronto.
Okay.
There's tons of like wicked house guys that are doing awesome in like the American scenes and stuff like that. It's just like Toronto itself is more of an urban sound right now. But we still have like the spots where like that stuff's loved.
Yeah.
It's just they're different clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not really in the mainstream.
Okay. Next question. What would you say is technique in the urban DJ scene here? Is it important, like scratching or like doing not just like you know what I mean? Not just do one track after the other, but be a little bit more.
No, like it depends on the party here. Like there's parties where that's always appreciated and it's respected, and definitely I think like DJ to DJ it gets respected a lot. But for a lot of the parties, it's kind of like play the hits, let them play out. Toronto does have a bit of like I guess like they've kind of taken it from like the soca dancehall kind of like aspect of like pulling a track back, restarting it,
rewind.
Oh yeah, the rewind stuff, the horns, but like it has to be done tastefully.
Yeah.
And
not too much, I think.
Yeah, not too much. Like there's certain ones that like it just works for. Like off the top of the head, like the City Girls Act Up, Mo Bamba, Sheck West.
Yeah.
If you're in the right kind of like hip hop parties, you could do it with like older ones. They're like just more unique to like that crowd. But yeah, that's definitely got like an aspect in there. No one really wants to hear like the crazy scratching or juggling or any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not the time.
Yeah, wordplay goes over most people's head like no one cares kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's just
in Germany. It's kind of the same.
yeah, it's just like make sure your party's rocking.
Yes. Play the right songs.
Right stuff at the right time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like do that. There's a lot of like mic work in Toronto. I myself, I don't do it too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I'm not the most comfortable, but like I do it. But there's some guys in Toronto that are just wicked because of purely their mic work.
Yes, they're better at mic work than at DJing.
Yeah, but like it gets you into it. And you're like, all right, cool. You know what I mean?
But it's also a thing,
But yeah, like Toronto's there's a pocket for everything, right? So if you want to find something, you can probably find it.
Yeah.
It just might not be in your mainstream bottle service type clubs.
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes it's different to Germany, sometimes it's the same. So yeah, interesting. So last question.
Okay.
You DJ since 8 years. You already said.
Yeah.
Do you have specific goals or aim to something in the future? Like, do you have plans?
Wow,
or do you
pressure
want to?
on, eh?
Do you want to DJ for Drake or what? Some dreams, plans.
DJing for an artist thing is never really. I don't know. It's never really been like a goal or like something that I would like focus on.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just like keeping it fun. Putting money in my pocket's pretty nice.
Yes, that's right.
But just doing the cool shows, getting to travel. I've been lucky enough that I've already got to travel a little bit out of country.
Yeah.
Seen some places that I probably would have never
without DJing
gone. You know what I mean? And met some cool people because of it. So if I could just continue that, really, like that would probably be more the goal of anything.
Yeah, nice.
I've always wanted to see like different places, so
nice.
being able to do this and get me there is kind of it's dope. Other than that,
so now you're introduced to the German market. Maybe some other DJs want to connect. Yeah. Okay, so we're at the end. If you want, you can like greet someone who will watch this interview.
What's up, world? That's about it.
Okay, so you want to greet everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay, so we are ready. Thank you for taking time.
Thank you, man.
And yes, okay, we have it. It's. I don't know. I just asked you. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, people, thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe. I have to do it in English, usually I do it in German.
Oh, throw it out in German and then I'll just try it.
Okay, you have to say, abonniere meinen Kanal.
Yeah, no.
Okay. No. Subscribe to the channel and see you.
Where's the
we pop everywhere.
Okay.
We put it in the
all over.
Yeah. Okay. And see you next Sunday. Bye bye.